Well, let's talk to Mario Creatora, who is from Coulsdon, political advisor to Theresa May, to Theresa May, when she was in Downing Street. Morning to you.
Morning, James.
Now, you're a Tory councillor. You're going to have a vote. Have you decided who you want?
I haven't yet, no. I mean, I think this is a really interesting choice facing the membership and the country, to be honest. We're not just electing a party leader, and as has been said many times, we're picking a prime minister. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with the MP vote tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing who gets into the final two. And at that point, the MPs and the candidates will go on a roadshow around the country, and I look forward to hearing their ideas to see how we can actually start stabilising the country and making things a bit better for everyone.
All right, you know the Conservative Party pretty well. Who do you think the activists are going to choose? Who do you think will probably win in the end?
Well, I think it's really interesting. So we've got some really phenomenally talented candidates. So we've got experienced ministers like Kemi Badenoch and Jeremy Hunt. We've got passionate campaigners like Penny Mordaunt and Liz Truss. We've got candidates with really great integrity like Suella Braverman and Tom Tugendhat. And we've got MPs in the final that have achieved some incredible success in business like Nadhim Zahawi and Rishi Sunak. So yeah, I think it is actually an incredibly open field. And when you look at the different regions of the country, when you look at what different priorities exist around the place, plus the big national challenges like the war in Ukraine and sorting out the economy and helping with the cost of living, I think it's going to be really tough to pick. But I think the smart money at this point is that the final three will either be a Penny Mordaunt, a Liz Truss, or a Rishi Sunak.
Right, Jeremy Hunt, mentioning him because he's one of our local MPs. Has he got any chance?
He definitely has a chance. So there is certainly a route for him to get into the final and to win the membership. I think one of the things that's really hard to predict is that only just over half of the MPs have publicly declared who they are backing. So we actually don't know what the other half are thinking. So it could be that Jeremy is way, way ahead of Rishi Sunak. It could be that he's not. So we'll know, hopefully by about 4 p.m. this afternoon, where he stands in the pecking order, and therefore we'll be in a better place to predict actually how well he's going to be. But he's got great appeal in the public. He's charismatic. He's a brilliant administrator. He's run lots of departments incredibly well. And as you've heard from some of your callers from his constituency just now, he is a really good constituency MP. And if you can apply those skills to the national picture, he's in with a really good shot.
It's interesting, isn't it, as we look at all of the discussion on the whole thing. I'm looking at some of the front pages, and they're showing their allegiance. A lot of them are pretty anti-Rishi Sunak, aren't they?
Yeah, so there's a lot of discussion about all of the candidates. And I think when you look at someone like Rishi, who's been Chancellor, he's led us through the pandemic, and you think that he's issued huge support for businesses and for lots of different community groups and councils just to get us through the pandemic. And so there is one school of thought that says for Rishi, we really needed that. Thank you for turning on the spending tax when we needed it. There's another school of thought that says, well, actually, now we want someone who can start to rein in spending. Is he the guy that can do that? Is he the person who can actually stop us from going a bit too far the other direction? And so that leads to that sort of friction and that public debate and sometimes the attacks and the allegiances that you've been mentioning.
Mario, good talking to you. Just out of interest, when you were at Downing Street with Theresa May, did you have a party?
Nothing like the level that it sounds like has been going on in the last couple of years. No.
Interesting. Good talking to you. Appreciate your time. Mario Creatora from Coulsdon, who's a councillor, Tory councillor, and a former political advisor to Theresa May.